Melania Trump is on her first solo foreign trip as First Lady, touring 4 countries in Africa. Mrs. Trump spent the second day of her tour in Ghana, visiting a former slave outpost and learning about some of the country's tragic past.
CBS News correspondent Deborah Patta has more on the story from Johannesburg, South Africa.
The First Lady's visit to former slave castles in Ghana Wednesday was a sobering reminder of America's painful history of slavery. Cape Coast Castle was the point of no return for slaves. They were kept in dungeons before being shipped to the U.S. Melania Trump called the tour of the 17th century castle very emotional. Mrs. Trump arrived on her outreach to Africa Tuesday as part of her Be Best campaign aimed at children. She was welcomed to Ghana in colourful style and greeted by the country's First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Africa is well-traveled terrain for U.S. First Ladies.
Girls who are not being
Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton,
educated women,
and Laura Bush all made this continent a top priority. Laura Bush's former chief of staff, Anita McBride, says they were often more popular than their husbands when traveling abroad.
Well, this is a perfect role for a First Lady of the United States, to really be a softening tone or a gentler tone and to build bridges.
Mending bridges might be the unspoken message of the First Lady's African tour. Her trip comes with a lot of baggage, not least of all President Trump's disparaging comments about the continent earlier this year. Critics have noted the First Lady's trip appears to be out of step with some of her husband's policies. Many of her planned events highlight programs funded by U.S. aid, even though the Trump administration has proposed slashing the organization's budget. The First Lady will also visit Malawi, Kenya and Egypt over the next few days. Deborah Patta, CBS News, Johannesburg, South Africa.